right now. Eyewitness Sports.
Good evening, I'm Brennan Miller with Eyewitness Sports. The Utica Comets in action in the second game of a back-to-back at the Belleville Senators this weekend. The good guys won game number 1 and jumped all the way to 5th place from 7th in the North Division, but needed at least a point in this game to keep in that spot going into what would be 4 days off afterwards. Belleville on the board first. Loose puck in the corner finds its way to Oscar Pettersson in the slot. Tough to make a save from that close. Senators lead. Took almost 13 minutes, but the Comets do answer, and it's the captain, Ryan Schmelzer, who does. He gets in close as well and slots it 5-hole to make it even at the end of 1. Still tied 3-3, closing in on the second intermission, but Angus Cruikshank with a snipe here, top corner, gives the home team the lead going into that break. And to put it away in the third, Garrett Pilon slaps one in about the same spot on the net. That's the game winner as Kyle Criscolo scores to draw Utica within 1, but they can't get the necessary goal for at least overtime. Comets win game 1 of the back-to-back, but can't capitalize on that momentum. Got up to 5th in the North after their win Friday, but right back to where we started with the 5-4 regulation loss on Saturday. 7th place and out of the playoffs. Story in this game, really the penalty kill. Not as solid as it's been all season. Second best in the league going into the game, but they give up 2 man-down goals, including the game winner from Pilon that you saw earlier about halfway through the third. It was tied at 1-1, 2-2, and 3-3, but Utica can't get the one that would put them in the lead. Ryan Schmelzer, Brian Hallinan each had a goal and an assist, while Tyler Witherspoon added 2 assists from the D-line. Comets are back at home Wednesday, hosting the Rochester Americans. In the aftermath of that game, some roster shakeup for Utica. All of these moves official as of today. Starting with Max Willman, who's been up with New Jersey since early January. He had to be sent through waivers to come back to join the Comets roster, but he does clear those, and the assumption is that he'll play on Wednesday in what will be his first game back in Utica since the 5th of January. He'd played in 9 games with the Devils in that stretch, finishing with an assist and +1. If you've been paying attention, the Devils need goaltending help, and so they also made the move to pull up Akira Schmid. This in response to Vitek Vanacek needing some time in the medical room with both an illness and what was described by Devils head coach Lindy Ruff as a minor lower body injury. So, for the time being, the goalie pairing for New Jersey will be a familiar one for Comets fans, Nico Dawes and Akira Schmid. Well, Isaac Poulter and Eric Shalgren will be between the pipes here. And then the third move, not so much Devils or Comets move, but still really cool. Primary Adirondack Thunder forward Yushiro Hirano was assigned to that team today after spending the last week plus with the Japanese national team, competing in the 2026 Olympic ice hockey pre-qualification rounds, and not just competing, but winning the group to advance to the final qualification stage. Even more amazing when you consider that they were ranked 3rd of 4 teams in that pre-qualification group, but they defeated Lithuania, Spain, and then finally the host team Hungary in the last game to clinch the group and now move on to play against 10th ranked host Latvia, 13th ranked France, and 16th ranked Austria, with the winner of that group making the Olympic Games. Japan, the heavy underdogs. They're ranked 24th, and they'll play in that group in late August of this year. And finally tonight, some history on the horizon in Little Falls. Junior Alexis Kress entered just 17 points away from 1,000 in her career. Her Mounties hosted Herkimer in a Center State Conference bout. The visiting Magicians, the 12 seed in the Section 3 Class B playoffs, while the home state-ranked number 18 Mounties are the 5, 11-8, and 16-2 overall, respectively. Last game of the campaign for Herkimer, Little Falls with one more at 8-10 overall Lowville tomorrow. And then this weekend is when we'll get those final rankings, and those boys and girls basketball sectional brackets will be released. Before that, though, these two still needed to find a winner, and it was pretty clear who was going to win this one from the start. The Mounties took a 15-5 lead after quarter 1, stretched that to 26-11 at half, and 43-20 at the end of 3. A lot of it because of the perimeter ball movement and ability to hit from downtown. Ava Gritchick and Adriana Izzo both doing that late, but the biggest moment comes with just 30 seconds to go. Game well on its way to being over, but let's call it a steal here for Kress, needing just 2 points to get 1,000 in front of the home crowd. A little assist from the Magicians, and she gets it. You can see how much it meant to her to finally get to that mark. A historic night for Kress and her teammates. She'll be the next Mountie whose name will be on a banner under that 1,000 point score designation. Little Falls wins the game pretty big, led by Kress. But the big story, and a huge congratulations to her on reaching 1,000 points over her career. And she's been a stalwart for that Little Falls team. She's like constantly over the last few years been there and really doing it all for them as well. And that 1,000 points just kind of the peak of
the cherry on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Brennan. Yep. Coming up next after the break, the relatively mild weather we have had this winter has led to new conversations about ice safety. News 10 ABC's Karina Dominguez shows us how first responders prepare next after the break.